Welcome to Lock and Load Podcast. My name is Josh, where we talk to you about Connecticut 2A issues. This is Thursday, February 5th, and the second day of the legislative session of 2026. And we already have a bad gun bill. Now, before I get into this video, I want to explain that this is just proposed day one, and this still has to go through the whole committee process, the public hearing, before the floor even maybe takes a vote, let alone it gets through committee. But I thought this was pretty important because of how it correlates to other states. And that's why I wanted to talk about it right away and bring this to your guys' attention. So then if it goes to public hearing, hopefully some of you know about what's going on. So this bill is HB 5043, which would ban the manufacturing of sale of certain convertible pistols starting July 1st, 2026. And it's the language of the bill is directly set to target Glock style pistols and similar designs. We're going to break this down into a few bullet points for you. This is going to be a short video for you guys just to get this information out there. And then we're going straight into legislative. We are in legislative session now, so we are going full steam into these bills, and we'll keep you guys updated on what's going on. So this bill was introduced yesterday, the first day of the legislative session of 2026, which is typically a short session. So that goes from February to beginning of May. And it normally has to do with financial bills, which is going to be pretty important when talking about this. So what this does is it bans the manufacture and sale of quote unquote convertible pistols. Now, the convertible aspect is to make a semi-automatic handgun into a fully automatic machine gun. It'll make it a Class D felony to sell them. And it redefines certain pistols as machine guns if they can be converted. Not if they are converted, but if they can be converted. So a semi-automatic pistol with a cruciform trigger bar and can be converted using simple tools. Now, what that all means is going to have to get defined by either the legislative process or for the Special Licensing and Firearms Unit to interpret. But this is designed to go after Glock style pistols because their internal trigger design and the Glock switch is the driving issue. Now, in the beginning of this, I said similar designs to Glocks too. That also includes, in my certain opinion here, like your Shadow Systems, your Ruger RXMs, any of the clones. I'll go through a list here. What it does not include, right, which would probably be safe from this bill, is going to be like your 1911s, your 92 series, your SIGs, the 320, the 365, the 226s, any hammer fire guns, a lot of striker fire guns like your M&P, your Walter, the 320, the Canics. And so what does it mean for you guys? Well, it focuses on the manufacture and the sale. It doesn't clearly criminalize the possession of the firearm in this draft. Now, as we know what happened with 7042, we had a 6-page bill down to a 4-page bill up to a 14-page bill at the end. This is currently a 4-page bill that is going to be in judiciary, and we'll see if it gets heard. I'll give my opinion at the end of this. That means that this bill could ban Glock sales in Connecticut. There's a huge shift in the market. We would need to pivot inventory as a FF. Now, this, in the political reality, this is a bill the governor has proposed. It's a short session. Things could move very quickly, but they could also change in committee too. This is really, 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 really early in the process, guys. Again, we're day 2 of the legislative session. I'm going to get this video out today, so you will be seeing this hopefully on Thursday, maybe a day or two after. But I wanted to bring up the bill because this is very similar to the Cali bill. California introduced that and then went into effect, I also believe, July 1st, but of 2025. And again, it had to do with that trigger bar. That was a specific wording behind it. And even with the Glock V series and the Gen 6s, it did not change that aspect to Glocks. The cruciform trigger bar is still there in the Vs and the 6s. So some key definitions in this bill. Convertible pistol means semi-automatic pistol with a cruciform trigger bar. Can be easily converted into a machine gun using simple and common household tools. It does not specifically say, it does not include hammer fire pistols or striker fire pistols with shielded trigger bars. So is Glock going to do a redesign to make it Connecticut compliant? Probably not. A pistol converter. So if you read this bill, that's going to be in there as well. And in this description, if you're watching this on YouTube, we're going to put the bill in the comments here. I'm sure Todd will do a bigger breakdown on this. He likes to go through the bills, read it all, define it all, and go through it. So I'm going to say this without talking to Todd yet, but go check out Gun Guru's channel. I'm sure he's going to have a video on this shortly. A pistol converter is anything that can interfere with the trigger mechanism, allows rapid fire or automatic fire, or any part necessary that increases the rate of fire beyond what a person can do manually. So this includes like auto sears or binary triggers. Binary triggers are already illegal here in Connecticut. FRTs, force reset triggers, or other rate of fire devices. They're going to treat convertible pistols as machine guns under Connecticut law, even though semi-automatic handguns are not automatic. So this is going to affect anyone who distributes, imports, keeps for sale, or offers for sale a convertible pistol in Connecticut will be committing a Class D felony. That means your gun stores, right? That means that we can't sell them to you. But some people that are exempt to this are police departments, military, certain security contractors, also licensed gun dealers, and gunsmiths in limited context. This all goes into effect if passed. So that means if it makes it out of the committee, it passes the House, passes the Senate, and is signed into law by Ned, it could go into effect as soon as July 1st, 2026. For gun owners, it does not, right now, current language does not criminalize the possession of the firearm. It focuses on the manufacture, the sale, and the distribution. But it would stop the stores from selling it. Doing so would be committing a felony to go and sell one of these. We are day one into the 2026 legislative session, and this is the first major bill that we have found that Connecticut is proposing. We will see what other things get brought up this session. We will be back to tell you all of these. We might be mobile, depends where we physically are, but we will be bringing you these videos to keep you guys informed and to help exercise your constitutional rights. We need you to go and submit testimony against this bill and other bills if and when they go for public hearing. One more note on the public hearing aspect is the legislation, the committees only have to give you a 5-day notice on when a bill is getting brought up to be heard. So 5 days, they tell you Thursday at 11:59 p.m. That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, boom, Monday's public hearing. And that is what happens a lot of the time, or Friday at 11:59 and boom, Tuesday morning. So when we go up to the Capitol, which will definitely happen at some point, we will be doing some podcasts on the roads. I'll talk to Michelle, see what her schedule is like, see what my schedule is like. I'm going to talk to some legislators and hopefully stop these bad bills, guys. My name's Josh, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Lock and Load Podcast is sponsored by Lock and Load Firearms, Connecticut's #1 rated gun store and pistol permit class on Google. Come check us out, 1573 Meriden Waterbury Turnpike in Southington. Lock and Load Firearms.
Lock and Load Podcast is also sponsored by Patriot Wear Holsters, custom-made Kydex holsters locally made in Waterbury, Connecticut. www.patriotwearholster.com and use code LNLPodcast for 10% off your purchase. Orders available for shipping or pickup at various locations.